This is Ferris Khan with Smash the Numbers. I want to talk about the 4 teams that are remaining and who a Michigan fan should root for at this point. I see 3 villains and 1 team to root for. So first of all, let's go to Ohio State. They last won a championship in 2014. There's no way a Michigan fan's going to vote or going to root for Ohio State. So they are out. I hope they lose, but I will put one caveat there. If they do win, there's no way they can avenge that 13-10 loss. Michigan fans are just going to say, "Okay, you won the championship, but you couldn't beat us." So, haha. so I'm not I'm not going to be totally bummed if they actually win it all. In a sense, it's even more funny from a Michigan fan standpoint. But I do want them to lose. I want to make sure I make that clear. Next, we have Texas. Well, my father-in-law went to Texas A&M, so I'm not rooting for Texas. But even outside of that, Texas is in the SEC, so I'm not rooting for the SEC. They last won in 2005. I'm not going there. So then we've got Notre Dame. They last won in 1988. That was, I think, Rocket Ismail's punt return or kickoff return is what cost Michigan that game in 1988. Michigan lost 2 games and tied 1 game, went to the Rose Bowl and won it, ended up, I think, number 4. It was a great year for Michigan, but they did lose to both Notre Dame and Miami in back-to-back weeks. That was extremely painful. Notre Dame has not won in the internet era, and I hope that continues. And then finally, we have Penn State. They last won in 1986. Also not in the internet era, but in 1994, they were undefeated, won the Rose Bowl, but for whatever reason, they didn't win the championship. They didn't get voted as winning the championship. So of those 4 teams, the 3 villains are Ohio State, Texas, and Notre Dame. My sister-in-law went to Penn State, so another reason to root for Penn State. That's who I'm rooting for. I feel totally comfortable doing that as a Michigan fan. Do not feel comfortable rooting for Ohio State, but I will take credit for the idea that 2 out of those 4 teams are in the Big Ten. Let's see what happens. I am looking forward to watching these games, but mostly it's about Penn State, and perhaps they can find a way to win it all this year. Let's go Penn State, and we are Penn State.